high is our posture. Against all odds, we gon' prosper. We know our place in this world. We gon' shine our lights till it hurts. Staying focused, we know our day coming. Negative vibes, we escape from it. We know our place in this world. We gon' shine our lights till it hurts.
What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel and check out the content. And with that being said, I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna talk about this Corey Holcomb and Marcus Smith. I think his last name is Smith. Marcus Smith situation, that they got going on. I think let me just say this, I think when Marcus met Corey, he probably admired Corey, and he probably saw Corey as a someone that he looked up to. And then when he found out that he would have the opportunity to to hang around Corey and to spend some time with Corey and to come onto Corey's platform, he probably saw Corey as a mentor, and that's what I think the situation was like. Marcus probably saw Corey as a mentor and somebody that somebody to look up to, somebody that he could potentially learn from and benefit from being around, right? And so the thing is, though, with like mentor relationships, mentors, and how they relate to like their proteges don't typically bring anything to the table, not anything tangible, right? So if you want to be like a protege of somebody's, most of the time, you just starting out, and you can't really provide anything because you don't have any means, you don't have any money or anything like to pay the person, to pay the person really to so you could learn from them, right? And so a lot of times what will happen is maybe somebody may see some potential in you, and then they want to they want to mentor you, but for the most part, proteges don't have anything tangible to give to a mentor. And so a lot of times when someone mentors another person, then that this is what you have, like with the dynamic that you have between Marcus and Corey. You'll have like one person, the mentor, abusing and mistreating the protege, because the protege don't have anything, he don't have any leverage in the relationship. And then so a lot of times that's what you'll have. And so I want to just go over like what does a protege, because like if anybody, like whether you're in business or you're in entertainment, a lot of people, people look for mentors, right? And so if you are a protege, then like you need to know like what is it that you bring to the table as a protege? What can you offer a mentor? And then like I said, it probably won't be anything tangible, but a lot of times proteges bring like a fresh perspective, you know what I mean? And so they can offer a fresh perspective, a way of doing things or a way of looking at things that maybe the mentor hasn't thought about, because the mentor has a lot of experience, but sometimes mentors will be, they'll be stuck in their ways. And so proteges can offer, like I said, they can offer a fresh perspective. Proteges offer energy and enthusiasm. Like you will hear like people who coach kids, for instance, they will say that like these kids, if you coach or mentor kids, you'll be like, these kids keep me young. And so that's why sometimes, like older people will coach kids, or they will mentor kids, because the kids will keep them young because of their energy and their enthusiasm, right? Also, what proteges can bring to the table is proteges can have they'll have like knowledge of current trends and events. Like sometimes when I'm doing business and stuff like that, I'll consult with younger people, most of the time my daughter, and ask her about like current events or something like in fashion or something, something that's new, something that I may not, or even music, like I may not be up on all that stuff. And so that younger people will be up on top of that stuff. And like I said, and also proteges can be a reverse mentoring effect, right? Like sometimes the mentor can learn from the protege, so that's not impossible either. Sometimes the protege can teach the mentor something, and and so you can learn from the protege. Like sometimes I learn from younger people that I have around me, and so that could be a help, or even personal fulfillment. Like say for instance, like if Corey could get some personal fulfillment out of, just feeling good, knowing that he helped out, a young guy coming up in the business. And so that's probably what the way Marcus was looking at it. Like he was like he could, that's all he basically had to bring to the table. And then, I guess that wasn't enough for Corey. So let me just tell you what what mentors bring to the table, right? So mentors, and I want your opinion too, like to know if you all think that like Corey was a mentor. I don't know if he's seen it. I think he kind of saw himself as a mentor, but I want to know like if do any of these categories really, did Corey, like, did he do any of these? Like, did he provide guidance and advice? You know what I mean? Something that would benefit Marcus in the long run. I mean, that's up to you. Or did Corey provide like knowledge and skills, or did he provide like any networking opportunities for Marcus? Like I said, now some people might say, well, why should he provide guidance, or why should he provide networking opportunities or career development, right? If that's the role that you take, like if a lot of times he called Marcus his little brother, right? So if you take somebody under your wing and you consider them to be your little brother, your little sibling, or somebody who looks up to you, then these are the things that you provide for them. Confidence building, right? Did you see any confidence building as far as Corey was concerned? Like most of what I saw was Corey, teasing Mark in a mean-spirited way. And so is that, in your opinion, is that mentoring? Like sometimes, I understand that they comedians, but sometimes, like it was like Corey was like he joked with Marcus, but in a demeaning type of way, right? So another thing, did Corey offer any personal growth? You know what I mean? Any opportunities for Mark to be, to grow personally from being in his presence? And I can't really say, I wasn't around them, but like from what I see on TV, like I said, he used to always joke with Mark in a mean-spirited way. What about Corey's perspective and his insight? Like, could Marcus have benefited from Corey's perspective or Corey's insight on the business, or not just the business, but like the personal things in life? A lot of times Corey talk about relationships. And so if Marcus wanted to listen to Corey as far as like relationships, will he be able to look up to Corey and benefit from that type of information? Is Corey the kind of mentor that holds his proteges accountable, like encouraging them to work as hard as they need to, or just any encouragement in any kind of way, just like being a responsible adult, letting them know like what it takes to be a professional in the entertainment industry, like Corey, how, like offer Marcus some type of insight, like how did Corey establish himself or get to the point where he was, in the business. And also the last thing I think well, another thing I think the mentor should offer for a protege is emotional support, right? A lot of times, if no matter what business you in or what whether it's a or entertainment where you at, you need emotional support too, because you going down a new road, a road where you don't have any experience, and a lot of times, like, it'll take that experience that you have before you can gain confidence. So if you don't have confidence, you may have self-doubt. And if you but if you have a mentor a mentor can just provide that emotional support that you need in a time of doubt. And so those things, as far as like the mentor, I think as a mentor, Corey really failed Marcus, right? He didn't owe Marcus any of those things. But if you're going to have somebody around you and you're going to give them the impression that you're taking them under your wing, then you need to, those are the things that you need to provide for them, right? Because if you have them around you just so they can be your verbal punching bag, or they can be the butt of your jokes, then you do them a disservice. And also Corey he do himself a disservice. Like, he won't be later on down the line, he won't be able to benefit from the potential relationship that him and Marcus could have had, or they could have developed, because like Marcus would have been he would have felt gratitude, and he would have felt like he was indebted to Corey. He would have felt like he owed Corey, you know what I mean? And so years down the line, that would have been a relationship that Corey would have been able to cash in on. So in my opinion, Corey, he cheated himself. Not only did he cheat Marcus, well, I don't know if he really cheated Marcus. Marcus probably is disappointed, but he cheated himself. Even if you look at it, if you Corey, and you look at it from a selfish point of view, just like I said with older people, coaches and mentors, they like associated with young people because you get to feed off of their energy and you get to feed off of their enthusiasm. But Corey is not the kind of person who he may not see value in those type of things, and he may not recognize right now that those those type of things that a protege bring to the table, like those type of things are important. Fresh perspectives, energy and enthusiasm, current trends, opportunities for reflection. And so I see this a lot with Corey, as far as like, he seems like you can't be around Corey unless you are willing to be the number one. You need to be willing to be the butt of his jokes. You can't, there's no way he's going to be the butt of your jokes, because he thinks that he has earned the right to just mistreat people who are not as far along in their career as he is. And so you can't be around Corey, like anybody. I mean, I could go down the list and name a lot of people that was on that show who Corey has talked down to, belittled, and made the butt of his jokes. And in the long run, I think Corey will see that, he missed, he really cheated himself, because a lot of people, all those people who go onto Corey's show that I have seen, from Grady to Ryan Davis to Zoe, anybody who we fell out with, who, these people admire Corey, and these people look up to Corey. And so those are opportunities that Corey just threw away, like opportunities for Corey to plant seeds for something that he may need one of these people later on down the line and in the future. You never know how one of these guys is going to blow up. Corey always speak about his relationship with Kevin Hart, how Kevin Hart, looked out for him, or the guy, what's the guy from Wildin' Out? I forgot, Nick Cannon, the guy from Wildin' Out, Nick Cannon from time to time look out for him. But there's only but so much that Nick Cannon and Kevin Hart will do for Corey, because of Corey's destructive and short-sighted nature. And so, like I said, Corey, Marcus probably right now is disappointed in the way the relationship, fell apart with him and Corey. But just know that I think that Corey, he cheated himself too, because when you're in a position that people look up to you and they respect you, sure, sometimes people want to use you, but that's, that's with every relationship, right? Even if you marry, like the wife used the husband used the wife, but it's got to be like a limit to that, right? It got to be a win-win situation where both people feel like they're getting something out of it. Corey never saw he don't see the value in a protege, and it's obvious to him that he don't see the value in a protege. Corey always want to talk about like, how he don't want to compromise, himself for the man, right? But some of the same humiliation traits that the people that he despised had, he had the same things. So just imagine if Corey had even more power and influence than what he have now. I mean, this dude might just be like a tyrant or somebody like that, right? Because if he doing this to people, and you know, I don't know, I just think that he would be an even more he'll be even more harder to get along with than somebody who is you know like in a position that he is now. And so, like I said, I just think that Corey cheated himself when you don't when Corey's cheated himself when he don't recognize what a protege brings to the table and how a protege could benefit him in the long run. You know what I mean? Like when you mentor so many people, man, and then you're in a position like most people not in a position to mentor like multiple people. And so those you plant those kind of seeds, man, that will grow. That'll grow. Even if only one person, you mentor 10 people, and even only if only one person come back and look out for you, that's a blessing. But Corey don't realize that, he don't get that, and he don't recognize the value in proteges and mentor and protege relationships. He think it's an opportunity for him to exploit and to and to minimize and dog somebody out. And Corey, he just really cheated himself with that one. That's my take on it. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if you agree, or let me know if you had or you think I missed out something. You know what I mean? Let me know what your opinion is on that. On this topic of Marcus looking for a mentor, and Corey was just basically looking for a punching bag. But also make sure to like and subscribe, and I look forward to your comments. And with that being said, peace.